game hims, game hers, gamers and gamettes, straightmers and gamers. Hopefully that contributes to all of you. Welcome back to the wild worlds of Clash Mini Merge Tactics Brawl Star. It's July. That's right. What's going on, gamers and gamettes? Brawl Stars, we're here. Abdod made an excellent video detailing merge tactics fully explained. I have yet to see any kind of gameplay at all, and I wanted to, and I asked Abdod to, for permission, and he says of course. Abdod is one of my best friends in the entire community. I've never seen gameplay yet. I haven't seen any screenshots. Just from the first impressions, I was able to kind of draw everything in. I'm glad to see this game is synergy based. Not too excited about the I hope to see deck building, and oh god, I'm terrified, man. I'm terrified. Hopefully this looks good. Seeing Royale King in a 3D model is definitely very jarring, but let's just get into it. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to Abdod. He's one of my best friends in the entire community. Let's get into it.
For the first time in Clash Royale history, the game is now in 3D. Bro, why is the king trying to riz me up?
I mean, I wouldn't mind,
If you go to the game mode switcher, you will find Merge Tactics, right below Trophy Road and Path of Legends. Okay. Merge Tactics is an entire...
Goblin Machine is... Oh my god, there's Goblin synergy. Two giant skeletons? What the fuck is going on here? Wait. Oh god, Skeleton King looks... I'm not going to keep bitching about the art style because I feel like that everyone knows that the art style is garbage. But the fact that we're seeing multitudes of these units, two giant skeletons, I'm guessing with the death bomb. We have Goblin Machine, which is very interesting. That's 3-star. It looks like there's actually a shield on top of it, like an overprotective shield. As Clash Royale has actually been implementing some new mechanics from Clash Mini over to Merge Tactics. So it's interesting to see this. Okay.
Entirely brand new second game in
Isolation is back. Oh my god. Okay. So this is where I'm hopeful that Fan is in control of this, that he did carry over a lot of gameplay from Clash Mini over to here. Okay, this is why I'm keeping, this is why I'm kind of calling this, this is a very, very, very hot take, but I'm still calling this Clash Mini. I'm not calling this Merge Tactics, my bad. So it looks like as a synergy that if, maybe you have a dodge, but let's just check it out here.
Royale, that is basically an auto chess game mode. So yeah,
the fact that level 3 Goblin just took out SK with Isolation is pretty cracked, but it's also just like a level 1. Yeah, well, it's a level 2 SK. Royal Ghost.
Auto chess.
Wait, I kind of want to see what Royal Ghost is doing.
Brand new second game inside.
So he's moving over. So Goblin Machine has like his dinky little rocket ability. Okay, that's pretty cool.
That is basically an auto chess game mode. So
Bomber looks real. I like the animation actually on Bomber. Like, I thought this was like very jarring. I'm not an artist at all, nor do I know how 3D art plays, so I'm not going to play into that.
So yeah, we now have 2 games in one application, and for those.
Okay, and there's the giant skeleton bomb. This is... The fact that Abdod has to say this is not update footage is just...
Wondering, yes, this is supposed to be their way of putting Clash Mini in Clash Royale. I'll share my thoughts at the end of...
I swear, I'm not trying to get emotional or anything, but I have this unhealthy attachment with Clash Mini.
Of the video, so stick around if you care about that. The first thing I want to point out is that this game...
Wow. So the champions are 5 elixir. You have higher cost Royalers, whatever the hell you call it. Goblin Machine is 4. Bandit's 4. Royal Ghost is 4. Princess is 4. Executioner's 3. Giant Skeleton 3. Princess 3. Okay.
That's from Clash Royale. And right...
Bomber's 3. I'm sorry, Bomber's 2. P.E.K.K.A. is 3.
Now,
that's interesting.
There's a pool of 20 cards, but usually...
Just 20. Oh my god. Okay. One thing I did not see right now is that this game is... like no deck building is in the game, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all, like this video has been, there's a video I made about 7 months ago about the uncertain future of Clash Mini, and I'm fucking speechless that I got everything right. This is exactly what I didn't want Clash Mini to turn into. And the fact that you actually have to level up these cards in order to play a separate game mode is just, it's a wee depressing, but oh well. Okay.
These change every season. The issue with this is that the stats of the...
A Noble and Juggernauts. Okay, so these are the these are the type of synergies here. So leveling up these minis aren't really too grand. Hit speed is 1.42. Critical is 15%. So that's a base critical. Maybe that's not tied into synergies and just into the actual just unit themselves. So maybe all units actually have a critical chance. Maybe like goblins have a higher critical chance because they're known for attacking. They're mainly known for like lower HP, but high damage. Maybe they have a high critical. And maybe their synergy is tied to maybe increasing that critical rate. Okay, I'm going to stop yapping.
Auto chess mode are affected by the Clash Royale level, though it's a smaller effect, being a 2% stat increase each level instead of the original 10%. Unlike Clash Royale, the deck building tab here doesn't let you build your own deck, but instead this is a screen that is used to pick the
Rumbles is actually like my least favorite thing about Clash Mini. Okay, cool. I'm not gonna sit here and complain. My bad.
Ruler before your game starts. The first ruler is their Royal King, and his ability grants you 4 elixir for every round you lose. The second ruler is the Spirit Empress. Her ability grants you 1 bonus elixir.
I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, that is a crazy ability just coming from an auto chess perspective. But you also have to have the chance of. Well, what's the cost of rerolling? Like, I mean, there's so many factors that go into this, so I don't know, so I really can't judge this in particular. Maybe lose streaking is back, but maybe it's out of 4 people that you're playing against, maybe it's out of 8 people you're playing against.
When you merge any troop. You might have noticed the levels on the rulers. Luckily, these so far are only served to
Raging Wave?
cosmetics.
Is that fucking... No.
The rulers. Luckily, these so
Okay, there's like skins and cosmetics. That's pretty cool.
Are on.
What? What?
Only serve to unlock cosmetics. The game has 2 types of cosmetics.
They're adding cosmetics into the game. That is wild to me. Clash, I believe that OJ made this video talking about cosmetics could never be in Clash. It could never be in Clash Royale because people can't see the difference between certain cos. This just proves how stupid the Clash Royale community is when they can't tell a Dark Goblin in a little blue little suit versus a green Dark Goblin, regular Dark. Come on, OJ, come on.
Cosmetics, the first one being a skin that changes the appearance or I guess the color of your ruler. And the second one is the cannonball that your tower shoots when dealing.
This is literally just fucking TFT. This is literally just TFT just sped up. It's this turbo mode chess rush.
Damage to other players. The game mode starts off by putting you against 4 other.
Alright, there goes the competitive integrity of this game. The Clash Mini never had competitive integrity, by the way.
Players, so it's a battle royale kind of gameplay where
Elijah mentioned
standing wins instead of the 1v1 we are used to. And the game offers you the ability to spectate the other players to build up a counter strategy. For your side of things, you will be presented
Goblin
with 3
Guardian
troops down there, and once you buy one of them, the choices will refresh. There is no such thing as a reroll button.
What? So once you pick one unit, it's going to automatically reroll so you can't save or lock?
And even if you complete the round, you will get the same troops that you have next one, so you gotta buy one of them. You could technically sell a troop that you
Goblin Juggernaut. Okay, wait, hold on.
You gotta buy one of them. You could technically...
Goblin Juggernaut fires a rocket at the farthest enemy after certain hits, dealing 50% bonus damage and stunning. Okay, cool. So Juggernaut's going to have to be more defensive ability. I'm really curious to see what Goblin is. If Goblin is about dodging, I'm going to die. And also you can tell that the critical chance between Knight and Goblin Machine, or Goblin Demolisher, whatever it's called, has the same critical chance. 82 damage. Okay,
sell a troop that you don't want range. To keep.
Target 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay, that's probably just for the level up. So maybe at level 1, just 1 target. Level 2, 2 targets. Level 3, 3 targets. And level 4, 6 targets. Hit requirement 3, 2, 1. Wow, that is insane. That's a good carry.
But you would have to sell it for 1 less elixir. So if it's 4 elixir, it will give back 3 elixir. This technically means rerolling the shop is a thing, and it costs you 1 elixir, as you can buy any
Oh shit, you can sell and refresh. Okay, cool.
Random troop and sell it instantly. The merge part of the name hints at some fusion mechanic, and that's because if you get a couple of 1-star troops, you will merge into a 2-star version. Okay. And if you get a couple of 2 stars, you will get a 3-star version of the troop. 4-star exists, but I genuinely think it's impossible to get in a regular match because you are not getting 8 copies regularly, especially since the shop has a shared pool of unit. So like, if you notice here, my opponent has 3 Skeleton Kings. This means he took most of them, and it will be harder for the other 3
Oh my god,
to
it
find
spawns a skeleton when it dies. Cool. Alright, awesome.
Skeleton Kings. And the same goes for me hoarding all the goblins, which will prevent the other players from gaining access to them, since I'm just gatekeeping them. Besides, you only gain 4 elixir per round, so you can't rely on refreshing the shop to build 4-star troops. It will mostly come down to luck. Or modifiers. See, here in this tab there are 27 modifiers, and they unlock slowly as you progress in the trophies, or I guess stars, or whatever you wanna call these. Anyway, there are a lot of modifiers, and going over them one by one will have you stuck watching this video up until tomorrow. So I'll just keep tabbing them like this for people that care enough to be pausing and reading them. Other than modifiers, there are 2 important game mechanics. The first one being how the damage is done to players is calculated. And basically, it's the number of your surviving troops plus 1. So
Did Royal Ghost just become invisible, dog? I feel like Abdod is gonna be... We're gonna be having a lot of fun as Clash Mini players, by the way. We're gonna be hoarding the fuck out of Royal Ghost. Now, here's the thing. I can hoard the hell out of Valkyrie because she's a baddie. But also, Valkyrie was one of the main deterrents to Royal Ghost. Same thing with Giant Skeleton. So, Goblin Machine probably wouldn't do much against a level 3 Royal Ghost. Spear Goblin probably wouldn't. Dark Goblin's a pretty good counter. At least from back then. P.E.K.K.A. wouldn't do shit against Royal Ghost.
So given that I have 4 remaining troops here, the opponent is losing 5 HP. But on the first round, they had only 2, so I took 3 damage, which makes early game less important, and that's very good given how random it could be. The other one is Merge Tactic traits.
Holy fuck, here we go.
11 of them. Each troop has 2 traits. The first one...
Goblin Assassin. You'll get an extra random goblin for free next round. Oh. What? No dodge chance, and look at that, the critical still at 15%. Oh, okay, that's fine. Extra random goblin for free next round, so you're generating more value, I guess, or from enchanting. The big value in clay. Okay, sorry.
One being a race like goblins being goblins, skeleton related cards being undead.
Is about armor. Enemy with the highest HP is cursed, and your undead gains 20% bonus damage when that enemy is defeated. Which unit in Clash Mini had this? Which mini had this? This was the undead. Was this the undead buff? I just don't remember.
And the reality figures.
Noble? What does Noble do? Frontline troops take less damage when backline troops. From an auto chest perspective, that is a fucking crazy buff. That is a crazy synergy. That's insane. Okay.
The noble class, and the second trait is
thrower gains 1+ attack range and deals more. See, this is what I was talking about earlier. From our first impression of this. Sorry, let me lower this down so you guys can see more of this. Or I'll just do this here. I'll just
profession. Being a thrower isn't only tied to.
So throwers gain 1+ attack range and deal more damage to distant enemies. Okay, cool.
Spear Goblin and Executioner can throw stuff like the bomber. And being a ranger isn't exclusive to the noble princess.
Hit speed per attack. Okay, that's already a buff. That's already an other
Executioner can throw stuff like the bomber. And being a ranger isn't exclusive to the.
Dude sounds so fucking sad. I don't know why. He just sounds more depressed than usual. Rangers gain hit speed per attack, stacking up to 15 times. God. Okay.
A noble princess as a regular archer can do that as well. Now,
noble rangers, I mean, that's one of the best strategies right now. You have princess that deals AoE splash, that's going to be able to get a big buff, and you also have nobles that's able to bounce up and actually increase the amount of attack damage. Other units that's definitely going to benefit from this is definitely be like Dark Goblin, Archer. Archer is probably going to hit into the very far back, as we saw in Clash Mini.
What these synergies do is basically if you take 4 undead and put them on the field, together they will trigger a special ability. The undead ability curses your opponent's troop.
Curses 2 enemies max HP cut by 50%. Holy
by
god.
By removing a portion of their max HP.
I mean that's not too strong from this kind of perspective, unless you maybe have some like the highest HP is cursed. Okay, so like your mainline tanks. Cool. Okay, that's. I mean, and I like it's also just cut by a percentage point. That's nice.
They can't heal it back. Once that cursed enemy dies, all the undead troops on your team will gain a sizable attack speed buff.
I love that.
The noble ability makes your front line like.
What the fuck is that prince doing? What was that?
What
the fuck is this?
The noble ability makes.
He didn't... Bro... Yeah. What? What the... Dude, look at that. Frontline troops take less damage while backline troops gain bonus damage 20% and 40%. Now, there's only 4 units that can actually achieve that. You have to get all 4 units. So you can still grab 2... I'm so glad it's not like every... Is this all minis, by the way? Frontline troops, all frontline troops, and backline troops. Not just noble units. Take that to effect. It's not just noble units. It's all units. I'm guessing, at least, if this is correct.
It's your frontline like Prince.
So you have a 2, 3, 4, 5. And you get about 10 elixir per round, I'm guessing.
And Golden Knight take reduced damage and makes backliners like Princess deal more damage.
It's more of a stun.
This basically amplifies the strength of each of your troops while keeping their weaknesses the same. So make sure you protect that Princess at all costs. The clan ability gives your troops some healing and attack.
What the fuck was that?
Costs. The clan ability gives...
Clan ability. Rapidly heal and gain bonus hit speed of 50%. Once per round, clan rapidly heals. Wow, that is a crazy ability as well. Now, it's going to be tied also to the... Okay, so if Valkyrie still does burning damage, it's over.
Some healing and attack speed buffs once they reach
very low HP on Valkyrie, by the way.
This works just level only 1. Once per game. So over...
Yep, and she's speeding up, just like old-fashioned. This is why I'm calling this Clash Mini. This is literally just Clash Mini.
Healing doesn't really get them to get this ability back.
What the fuck is Bandit doing?
And if you're still confused, to put it simply, it works exactly like the Goblin Demolisher, changing like a wall breaker once it hits 50% HP. The Goblin ability will give you an orange orb that...
2 Elixir Goblin, so it's a free level up. 60% chance of gaining a 3 or 4 Elixir Goblin. What would go well with a Goblin synergy? Is it loose streaking with him?
Has a random Goblin at the start of each round.
I don't think 4 Goblins would ever be good. Maybe Goblin Rangers? Maybe...
This one is insane because you can either sell the Goblin for Elixir or use it to get...
Yeah, and also the Demolisher is going to be one of your carries, right?
Multiple 4-star troops, which are crazy strong given how hard they are to get by normal circumstances. Okay. The Ace ability will pick the troop with the...
Combat start. Your highest merge level troop is the Captain. When the Captain defeats enemy troops, your team gains 20% hit speed 4 seconds. Holy shit. So who the hell are captains? P.E.K.K.A, Bandits, so they're all... Okay, they're all hard carries. But I just don't think that 4 Ace would ever be viable at all. I think there's more 2 Ace. Because like a 30 versus 60%, it's not huge because it's only buffing 1 unit. So I'm just thinking that 2 Ace might just be good enough.
Most stars on your team and assign it as the captain. And every time the captain kills an enemy troop, it will get a temporary attack speed buff to your entire team. The Brawler ability will give them some extra bonus HP, just
that's very basic.
As that, and that's kind of the theme for most
for the team?
Traits.
That I love that. I fucking love that. See, 30% just for the Brawlers. Then when you achieve the 4, it's the entire team. That's what I love about auto chess games. It's not just for the Brawler and just for the Nobles and just for this and for that. The entire team gets a separate buff off of that. And it looks like here you have Mega Knight, I believe. I think that's Mega Knight, Giant Skeleton, Prince, and Barbarian.
And that's kind of the theme for most profession-based traits. The Ranger...
What the fuck is the Mega Knight ability, bro? What the fuck? Oh, hell no! What are you stunning?
Ranger ability gives them an increased attack speed every time they deal damage, stacking up to 50.
Oh god. So Goblin Rangers might be a thing. So it's just a 3 synergy. It's not like a 1 or 3 synergy. It's just 3. That's it.
Times.
So you really have to commit to a Ranger set. That's cool.
Put it on a simple word.
But also they're very squishy. Okay, that's good. Thank God that Goblins do not have that same dodge chance.
It's basically how the Little Prince speeds up when he attacks. The Assassin ability will get your troops to jump to the enemy backline.
Okay, so you have Goblin, Rogue, Ghost, and freaking Golden Knight that jumps to the backline. And I think movement is back, because it is Rumbles at the end of the day. Interesting.
Which, honestly, is very good if you're facing someone with a lot of range.
That's a crazy ability, by the way. And plus you have a 2/4/5, and it's just a 3 buff. And it's only Assassins.
The Juggernaut ability will...
So I'm maybe thinking Noble Assassins. Is there any Noble Assassin in the game? That'd be insane. Probably not with Golden Knights. I don't know.
Of ranged units. The Juggernaut ability will give a shield to any troop that is
Troops behind Juggernauts gain an 8-second shield. That's Knight, P.E.K.K.A, Skeleton King, and Goblin.
behind one of the Juggernauts, so simply placing a Knight in front of your Dart Goblin will grant it some extra HP. The Thrower ability slightly increases your range and it will increase the damage you deal
It's just... I just don't see it being as good versus other synergies.
more far away the enemy is. Kinda like a reverse hunter. The Avenger ability gives them extra damage,
here we go.
and if she is the last woman standing,
Okay, well, that just ruins the whole trans debate. Okay, cool. Double damage? Oh my god, wait, does Valkyrie get a... Oh, whoa. Dog, I think Clash Royale canceled, bro. They can't put any, like, man troop in the Avenger synergy. That's
she
more
gains
political.
even more damage.
She fucking heals. That is so funny. Okay. Yeah, she does heal off a kill.
Standing, she gains even more damage. Actually, it
Oh my god, yes. Valkyrie is one of my all-time favorite units in the entire game.
says woman in the game because they're all women, so I guess you go girl.
And
Now,
it's
what I
old-fashioned
really care about is
Archer-Queen.
knowing how interested you all are in this game mode. Knowing this would help me decide how often I would make videos on it, or if I just shouldn't.
Oh, fuck that, dude. You saw that Goblin Machine just deal. Oh my god. That's great, that's great.
Would you all want to see more?
'Cause I think it also does
videos?
stun as well. That's definitely a carry. That's 100% a carry. Goblin might be, just looking at this early gameplay, not being a pro player, just someone that's been playing auto chess games for the last 6 years, this is extremely power crept. People are going to start bitching about this. They're going to probably bitch about the entire Goblin synergy as a whole, maybe going to 4 Goblins. When you have a range, wait, no, that's actually not a range units. You have 2, and that's not a range unit either, so, okay.
About
So you just
every
have
class
one
being
hard
explained.
carry
Would
troop.
you want to see some explaining every merge tactic troop, or would you simply just rather see
I'll
some
do that.
Clash Royale stuff only? Let me know in the comments. I will be reading and making a decision based on how things turn out. Now that I explained this game mode, this part of the video is mostly for Clash Mini play.
Oh, fuck, dude. I am not ready for that one. I am not ready for this, dude. I am not ready for his fucking breakdown, dude. I am not.
To get the troop, a reverse hunter, 25. But hey, this is a.
Oh, dude, I'm not fucking ready for this. I know that dude's gonna fucking unload. I promised myself I wouldn't like be emotional and everything because I was so attached to Clash Mini as a, like, just as not as like a game, but like as a community. The fact that we lost such an amazing game is just insane. And again, I want to stress this from the bottom of my cold piece of charcoal, which is my heart. Do not bring up squad busters. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Okay. We should stop comparing games to each other.
About every class being explained, would you want to see some explaining every merge tactic troop, or would you simply just rather
Dude, if you're not going to do it, I will be more than happy to do that. I've never scripted a video before, but I'd love to do that for you. I don't know, or I'll do all the data mining. I'll write you the script. I don't know. I'm not a script writer.
see some Clash Royale stuff only?
Oh, OG can revive this channel doing this. It's amazing.
Let me know in the comments. I will be reading and making a decision
I'm sorry, that was not a dig, by the way. That was not a dig. Sorry. I mean, like, he can bring back his old video templates going over this.
based on how things turn out. Now that I explained this game mode, this part of the video is mostly for Clash Mini players. However, if you are a Clash Royale
Look at freaking Healing Ranger just being a little baddie. Look at the emotes.
player, feel free to watch it because I'll have some gameplay from the beta
Get him!
version
Yeah! Get him back! Okay, sorry.
of Clash Mini. If you are interested
Beat his
in knowing
ass!
how the game used to be, or if you want to hear me crash out, because honestly, I'm just
crash out.
speechless. Needless to say, I'm extremely upset. Like, I have never been this disappointed in my entire 25 years on this.
Oh, fuck, dude. He's gonna fucking crash out. He's gonna crash out, dude. I already felt that he was already, like, he already felt like he was in a really bad mood. And here's the thing, y'all. Like, we were actually on the phone with each other just talking about the first impressions of merge tactics or Clash Mini. I still call it Clash Mini. But, we actually had an argument. Like, we actually argued with each other for the first time in, like, our 3 years being friends. And, fuck, dude.
This planet. And I feel like this is a very high bar, considering, like, Clash Mini died. And this is more disappointing than Clash Mini dying. But maybe not, I don't know. Anyway, like, just to get to the point, back when they killed the game, which I still think was a mistake, they told us, and I quote, "We decided to commit to bringing Clash Mini to Clash Royale to reach its fullest potential." And even later we got a message on the official Discord from the game designer saying, and again I quote, "Mini is not dead, my friends. We are making it in Clash Royale. It will not look the same. It's better in my opinion." This ended up setting like some very high expectation, both for me and for the entire community. Fun fact, the only reason I didn't quit YouTube was those messages, because I thought, hey,
I'm being 100% true. That's the same. We lost something amazing. You know, I'm just trying to keep a positive head on this. You know, I'm always going to be open and transparent with you guys. We lost something beautiful. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not trying to be emotional. I'm not trying to do that for you. I'm just looking at what was and what is. You know, it's hard to kind of move on. You know, and even after these fucking promises, you know, that they, not promises, but like the expectation, you know, that this would be a much better mode. I can even look after the art style. The art style is actually okay for a 3D game. Just first impressions to me, it was just blue ass. I just don't know why they just didn't release it. Okay. And you guys can tell me, oh yeah, you should have known. Yeah, I know.
They didn't kill the game. Like, this is their way of launching globally and saving Clash Mini. That's what they said. So why would I quit if I can make videos on 2 games for the next decade or so? Am I quitting now that...
Like, this is why I jumped into Brawl Stars so fucking fast. Because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do at all. I took a 2-day break and I just went right into fucking Brawl Stars.
That they ruined it? Of course not, especially since this is basically my job now, but also I do really enjoy the process of making videos. In fact, I would actually like to personally thank them for this miscommunication, because it's the only reason I'm still making videos now. However, I feel like I have to speak up for everyone, including myself. This is not what we wanted. In fact,
oh my god, Wizard in the fucking backline, that's insane. That knockback just won him the fucking round. With Mega Knight level 2, non-isolation. What the fuck did we lose?
It has nothing in common with Clash Mini, except that both are auto-battlers. Well, I guess they kept the 3-star Royal Ghost. There's your Clash Mini experience, guys. I'm sure this was everyone's favorite thing about the game. Everyone misses Royal Ghost. But the point is, I tried so hard to get them to change it back. Every playtest they did, I just told them that this sucks. Why not revert back to 1v1? Why not give us deck building? Why change the gameplay that was like already so good? As much as I loved the art style, I never really expected it to stick, because
Me neither.
It would be weird inside Clash Royale and because of app size. But you didn't really have to ruin the gameplay. It was good the way it was. Maybe it needed small tweaks, but it surely didn't need a complete overhaul. We had a meeting specifically for Clash Mini related stuff a couple of weeks ago. And their answer was basically something along the lines of, we realized that the original Clash Mini being ported to Clash Royale the way it was would not make any sense, and we had to do some changes. They wanted a completely different experience from Clash Royale, to the point that 1v1 was removed. But this sucks, because now it feels like I'm playing a single player game, because the match isn't 40 minutes long like other auto chess game modes and stuff, and there is no time to analyze opponents. No movement between rounds was also removed, because they want to make sure it's not focused on positioning like how Clash Royale already is, but instead they wanted to focus on the aspect of building and upgrading a team. And they put a crap ton of RNG elements because they wanted an overall more casual and chill experience, given how in Clash Royale is so competitive that if I adjust my chair, there is already a fucking wall breaker on my tower that lost me the game. Now, from a business standpoint, that might not be the wrong decision. I can't really say that they don't have a point. The Clash Mini audience is probably less than 1% of the Clash Royale one, so it's not really that big of a problem. However, I just can't believe that out of all the people, I'm the one saying this. But data is not everything. I feel like when Brawl Stars was in beta, it was iOS only, and one of the biggest changes that increased their playtime and retention was them releasing an Android version. There's not a single piece of data that would show you that the lower playtime from iOS users was because there wasn't an Android version. While this statistically makes no sense, the reality is people used to not be able to play with their friends because not everyone has an iPhone. So that when they released an Android version, iOS players were able to play more with their Android friends, or like even play at all, not more. To me, I think Clash Mini fell victim to hyperfixating on data twice. First was when they killed it, and the second one is whatever they did to it here. Supercell has this obsession with releasing the next viral hit 2016 Clash Royale-like game, and I get that. Everyone wants a viral game. But I feel like this is the wrong way to look at things because auto chess is not a viral kind of genre in itself, like how a shooting game.
100% where Abdod is coming from. The reason why other auto chess games go back to obscurity and why TFT is on top, because they regularly update it and they change everything every single set. Chess Rush died because every 3 months they would just have a small set of balance changes, release a stupid ass season pass, then they would just add some skins, and that's it. That was the entirety of it. Auto chess, like the original Drodo auto chess, was the same thing, and you never see anyone making content on those two games. Well, Chess Rush is dead, first off. And I'm sorry, I'm just saying stupid shit, but
game would be. Clash Mini, according to them, had really good stats. Just it wasn't on the level of Brawl Stars, Royale, or Clash of Clans. And the fact they still killed it shows me that they value virality or money over making a good product. To me, there is a fine line where sacrificing extra money for a higher quality product is worth it. If not for the sake of your players, at least do it for the reputation of the company. I'm 100% sure Clash Mini would have been the best auto chess game out there and would have averaged 5 or 6 million bucks a month if it went global. Sure, it isn't the 25-30 million.
I don't think so. I think the game would average probably about $2 million a month, maybe $1.5 million a month. Auto chess is just such a niche genre. And I guess I still stand by what I say, is that Clash Mini didn't deserve global at the end of the day, but just look at what we lost and what got replaced by it. I'm not here to sit here and bitch, but like
bucks that Clash Royale and Brawl Stars make, but I'm sure as hell it would have been profitable. Besides, if they released, they would have eventually changed something in an update that would have made the game mainstream worthy. Look at Brawl Stars. Its best day was after 6 years of its release, because the core gameplay was good, and that's really what matters in the end. But now, I low-key genuinely can't bring myself to take any beta game they release seriously anymore.
I can't.
Because the bar is comically high that they are probably killing it. So why waste my time and get attached to something new?
Just like Moko. Like, why the fuck did they release that game?
I guarantee many other players feel the exact same way and are left with very bad taste after they killed the game that was basically near ready. It was on the edge of releasing and they just killed it because they saw more potential in it in Clash Royale. But eventually they changed everything, so they basically killed it for nothing. And what personally frustrates me is that I've been looking for a replacement for 1.5 years, and there isn't a single game that comes even remotely close. I've had many people on Reddit and Twitter ask me what about Clash Royale, and the thing is, I do believe Clash Royale is the best mobile game out there, if you look at it from the core gameplay standpoint. But the reality is, if you lived your whole life going to a 5-star hotel, and then suddenly switch to a star, 2-star
Get his ass.
one, you will feel like it's
Get his
bad,
ass.
even though the 2-star hotel is like objectively
Oh no, he's
good.
dead.
And that's how I feel about Clash Mini and Clash Royale. The game was so much better that I'm struggling to enjoy Clash Royale altogether, despite it being the best mobile game out there. And besides making me take beta games less seriously, I just feel like the game dying stripped away every ounce of passion I had, and just like in me. Clash Royale devs probably didn't notice this cause they didn't know me from Clash Mini days, but those that moved from Mini to Royale surely noticed that I've been asking less questions, giving less feedback, and overall when it comes to merge tactics discussions, most of my attention was directed towards asking why they changed/killed the game, instead of actually trying to find solution for the problems that are in the current product itself. Funny part is, it even made working on videos harder because like the hidden stats videos was in the works for 1.5 months, when in reality it should have taken me 2 weeks maximum. I just adapted by starting multiple videos at once, so if I don't feel like working on the video number 1, I just procrastinate by working on video number 2 or 3. Either way, no one really wants to hear Mr. 200k views per video complain, because I definitely have it best out of all the other people, so I have no rights to complain.
Hey, I'm doing okay, dude. What the fuck? I'm doing okay with like a 30-year channel size and uploading Brawl Stars voice line tier lists. Way better than your in a nutshell videos.
Wanted to make this section because I think the Clash Mini community needs a spokesman, and to me, this felt like my responsibility to speak up for them. I just want to end things off by announcing with a heavy heart that the hashtag Save Clash Mini campaign was a complete failure.
It was a failure, yeah.
It's over, my dudes.
That was a fucking powerful video in this video. Oh, of course you had to put Sonic in there, yeah.
Stop it. That life was taken from me long ago. I need to focus on the mission at hand.
Sorry, I'm supposed to be a reaction guy, but I'm just fucking speechless right now. I guess I would just say it like this. My copium and my hopium is this. That Fan has this grand scheme. This is my fan fiction for y'all. That Fan is going to create Season 5 of Clash Mini minus Gacha, bringing back 1v1s, bringing back deck building, bringing in a ranked mode, bringing in their own tournament system, bringing their own little events by 2027. This is hopium. This is copium. What Fan did was completely strip down what made Clash Mini so special, and they stripped it down to the bare basics. When you're introducing a real-time strategy like Clash Royale, like a deck building game, and you're introducing an auto battler mechanic, they're not going to understand what majority of the Clash Mini community was. And I feel like that based on, I don't think feedback's even going to matter, because I feel like he has a roadmap of what to do. I'm thinking by 2027, we're going to see the same Clash Mini, minus the art style, introducing swordsmen, introducing all these new minis into the game, and going back to what it was. That's by 2027. Mark my words. Thanks, Abdod, for letting me react to your video.
Ah!